The sun is starting to poke through here on day 2 as the crowds have invaded Ventura Fairgrounds. As we welcome you now to X Games Ventura, it's now time for the Monster Energy Women's Skateboard Street, and it starts right now. What's happening, everybody? Brandon Graham joined alongside my partners Amelia Brodka and Josh Eckert, and we are hyped for this one. The more things change, the more they stay the same, Amelia. Queen Leticia Bufoni making her 23rd X Games appearance, and she's in it looking for that 7th career X Games gold.
You know, she is the most successful woman in X Games history. Whoa. She's got 11 medals. She has never missed a final in her 23 X Games showings. And actually, 3 women in this field were born after her X Games debut in 2008.
Just don't tell her that. Liz Akama, though, absolutely slaying this course in elimination, and you best believe she's looking for gold here today.
That's right. Liz's technical prowess earned her the top qualifying spot in this final. And she's been consistently on the podium recently in all kinds of events, but the gold here has eluded her. And she says that that right now is her biggest goal, to get that X Games gold.
And Josh, this is as heavy of a roster as you will see in a women's skateboard street final.
Yeah, Liz is certainly not alone up on that list. If you take a look at the start list, there must be something in the water over there in Japan, because 5 of the ladies up there all are representing Japan. And I don't know what's going on, but it's going to be an interesting final to watch.
And none older than 19 from that Japanese contingency. A lot of special young talent in this contest. There's a look at our beautiful street course out here today. And without further ado, let's kick things off. And we couldn't do it any other way than with Leticia Bufoni dropping in here on her 23rd X Games appearance, owner of 12 X Games medals.
I was talking to Leticia yesterday, and you know, she hasn't even been thinking about skateboarding. She's been busy racing in 3 different leagues, but she just told me, I will never miss an X Games. As long as I'm invited, I am there. And it just shows you, like, she could spend time off her board and still put a clean run together. It's just pure talent and years of dedication to the sport.
Yeah, Josh, she has not, I don't think, competed in a skate contest since X Games last summer.
I think that would be correct, but talking with some of our analysts, she's never going to miss an X Games. She loves it here.
I love that manual on the microbus right there, taking that heavy drop. Uncharacteristic miss of the tray flip 2 times in that run, but basically the format here, the best run counts, and you get 3 shots at it. So this was kind of a warm-up for Leticia, and it's always hard to be the first one to drop.
It's early here in Ventura. They're all still warming up, you know. She'll get it.
Only Jamie Anderson and Kelly Clark have more X Games medals on the women's side than Leticia Bufoni, who's currently tied with Lindsay Jacobellis. Of course, Jamie, Kelly, and Lindsay, those are all winter athletes. So she certainly stands alone on the summer side.
Coming in is a very familiar face to X Games, Margielyn Didal from the Philippines. This woman is pure stoke and love and appreciation for skateboarding.
Yeah, it's her 2nd X Games appearance. Last time we saw her was in Minneapolis back in 2018. Josh Likey.
That was about as bolts as you can land on the kickflip. And I know a lot of people were having trouble with that yesterday, but it seems like Margie figured out that bump to chain.
That's right, and we're seeing another manual on the microbus, taking that drop. It's got to be at least 7 to 8 feet of a drop out of a manual, which is pretty significant. You know, everything on this course is pretty big. That rainbow rail right there, that's 40 feet long. Nice feeble grind by Margie.
There's the nose grind.
Margie's actually a 3-time exposure champion. So she is definitely no stranger to the podium. Gotta love that back foot heel flip she was going for right there.
Well, let's check out this replay. the Samsung Galaxy Ultra view filmed with the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Yo, Margie started skating at age 12, and we actually have a 12-year-old in this contest. Ibuki Matsumoto. 63.66 for Margie. So 2 skateboarders in here in our final. But we move on to Paige Heyn out of Tempe, Arizona, making her 3rd X Games appearance.
An absolutely perfect 50-50 right there. Cross-locked like it was nothing.
She is the lone skater representing the U.S. here. And as you're about to see, she is also a switch goddess. So basically skating with her non-dominant footing, which is just about as hard as painting with your non-dominant hand.
You might as well be writing an essay in school left-handed if you're right-handed.
She's a regular-footed rider, Paige Heyn. And Amelia, you pointed this out during practice right before the final. I think she's seemed to be more laser-focused than anyone else on this course leading into today.
Absolutely, and it shows. She's putting together the most solid run that we've seen so far. Getting the full pull in there. So what the judges really like to see is for you to not be stepping off your board at any point during the run, and Paige showed us just what that looks like.
Fans loving it out here at the Monster Energy Women's Skateboard Street Final. Paige Heyn looking for her first career X Games podium.
Nice Smith grind on the rainbow rail. I love this crooked grind. Locked in very properly up on that ledge.
We should talk about this as well. Am I correct in saying she's the only one in this field that's really consistently stepping to that curved rail in her run?
I haven't seen any of this field even try that curved rail.
I saw some in practice, but I think she's the only one putting it down on the run.
That's definitely going to stand out. The judges want to see use of the course. That is one of the key criteria. You want to hit as many of the different features and elements as you can.
As you see our comp format, we've got 8 skateboarders out here today. 3 runs each. Best score counts. And we move on to that 12-year-old I was talking about, Ibuki Matsumoto, an X Games rookie.
That is an amazing way to start your run. A backflip on the biggest rail on the course. Ibuki, she's apparently come from the depths of Japan.
Banging.
Claim
straight
gold
from the countryside to be the best.
Nice back 180 over the chain there.
The way she just rolls away from tricks, you can tell she's just so unbelievably comfortable on a board. And I think it just has to do with her skating that absolutely massive skate park in Japan.
She also grew up skating as a Grom in the Flake Cup contests. And I know we've talked about it before when you talk about these Japanese skateboarders, just how imperative a contest is like that for their progression of skating.
Another lip slide front side this time. And yeah, absolutely. Please check out the Flake Cup because you will see a trick barrage of amazing technical skating done by tiny skateboarders. It is a really cool series, but my goodness, that was a beautiful run. So well executed, stomped absolutely every trick, very clean.
Such a clean ender for Ibuki. We have a new leader. The 12-year-old taking over the top spot.
You know, if she wins, she could be the youngest women's skateboard street gold medalist in X Games history.
Let's head over to the 4th member of our team, Mitch Tomlinson, out on the course. Mitch, what's going on?
Thanks, guys. I'm with Paige, currently sitting in 2nd. Now, everyone in the booth is saying you're a switch goddess. What's the trick?
I do a lot of switch 50s on the big rails, so.
I was talking to him before and I said, what do you want today? And he said you want the sun to come out. It looks like it's burning off and it's helping.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's getting warmer, not as cold and breezy.
Epic. Well, look, we're going to see more of Paige with her 2nd run, currently sitting in 2nd. Wave for the camera, Paige.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough as Miu Ito gets ready to drop in for her first run, just how important it is in a final to put down that solid run right out the gate, right, Josh?
Right. If you're not putting down a solid full pull, or at least 90%, you better be doing some hammers in order to get that score up.
Woo! Speaking of hammers, wow, trying to come out guns blazing with the front blunt on the handrail. Miyu Ito
That's what you're going to step to first tee?
Seriously. I mean, she's the 2022 Japan national champion, which is a tall order to be a leader in Japan. That is the most competitive country in this sport.
Oh, she's setting back up for something.
Yes, the back lip.
Just textbook.
It looks so mellow, dude.
It's going to be a bit of a throwaway run for her. I mean, I love that she has taken no safety runs here, going straight for that front blunt off the top.
I have full confidence she can put that run down. I saw it in practice a number of times. I think she can do it.
So a 40 for Miyu, that will be a throwaway, but that's the beauty of the finals format. She's got 2 more cracks at it on this course. We're in the middle of run 1 here in the Monster Energy Women's Skateboard Street Final. And our next skateboarder to drop, 19-year-old Hina Maeda. Her 4th X Games appearance. She just missed the podium in 2023, settling for 4th place.
Going straight for the Gregson follow cam to give us a really good look on how big everything in this course is. And the kickflip back 50 going out. Woo!
For the fans at home, I don't think we can stress enough how risky it is to flip your board upside down while getting in a grind in the middle of a run.
There she is, flipping her board again, right into the back 180 over the gap. I really love her style.
And she's just smiling the whole time.
Last 10 seconds for Hina.
Oh, no. Just not quite flipping it all the way. And Josh, to your point, a lot can go wrong when you're flipping your board. There's a lot of variables there.
There's
and there we saw it.
Happening.
You know, her father actually, when she started skateboarding, he opened a skate park and called it the Hina Skate Park. And it's become a family affair. Ever since, he's been making it bigger and better, and now her family runs a skate shop inside the Hina Skate Park.
I love my dad. He didn't do that for me.
Shout out to the dads.
Shout out to the dads. So Matsumoto still leading the way with that 80.66. But that could all change right here, right now. Yumeka Oda, who's got a bronze medal in her X Games career.
Oh my gosh, starting off with a kickflip front board on the biggest rail. Wow, that is a heavy way to kick off her runs here. Nice crooked grind. Right into the front blunt on the rainbow.
I am just so locked into this run right now, I'm forgetting to speak, honestly. So I'll see you guys at the end.
We're gonna need you to say something, Josh.
Oh my God. All right, we're talking about flips, and she's certainly not missing any.
Last 5, timed perfectly.
Something.
Oh! Oh!
Wow!
You know, that's still gonna be a big score. If you start your run with such a huge trick, that is gonna impress the judges. That means you are not afraid to take a big risk right off the top. I mean, ideally, she gets that front feeble to complete her run in the next 2 tries, but still, I think that score is gonna come in
But you know
pretty
what
high.
this tells me, gang, is like, we know what Liz Akama brings to the table, so it's like, I'm gonna come correct right out the gate, and I'm actually gonna try and make you chase me rather than vice versa. And even with that, Yumeka Oda takes the lead with an 82. Wow. Judges loving it. But here now, our top-ranked qualifier, Liz Akama, our silver medalist last year.
Locking into a front feeble. That's a pretty dangerous trick. You gotta lock in the back truck. You gotta be kind of twisted, spotting your landing. A lot could go wrong there.
Whoa.
Front 270 switch, front board. Wow, that's the technicality coming out for Liz. Front side big spin.
And Amelia, there's just such like a calmness to her on the course. There's no rush. She has it timed perfectly. What you got?
Possibly the chillest on the course. Wow! Backsmith, I heard the graphic on that one.
She even looked at it. Oh, I have time for one more.
Yeah, she was probably skating faster than she anticipated. But yes, here's a look at that front feeble.
Oh, so steezy.
Oh, front 270 switch front board.
What a view.
Textbook backsmith.
There's certainly nothing wrong with that.
That's what makes it look so good. It's so smooth and it looks so easy. An 85.66 for Akama. Welcome to first place, Liz.
And I have a feeling that that was kind of a reserve run for Liz, because she didn't pull out some of the tricks that we've come to know and love from her. So it's pretty darn good for a safety run.
Oh yeah, in addition to being the most dominant woman in the history of this discipline, I'm also a pro race car driver. Leticia Bufoni with the ultimate flex here in the Monster Energy Women's Skateboard Street Final. It's run number 2.
You know, Leticia's really good at putting a run together. I mean, obviously she's got the experience to draw from, getting that back lip on the rainbow rail, but she knows how to approach contest strategy.
There's that train flip.
Oh!
That was nice.
It's shaping up to be a much better run than last time. Solid, well-timed run for Leticia. Like I said, she knows how to play the contest game. She knows how to plan things out, how to be consistent, how to piece all of it together.
Fans here in Ventura loving what she put down. Let's take another look as we check out the Samsung Galaxy Ultra View replay.
That drop might be taller than her.
I think it is.
So a 61 for Leticia. She got that full pull she was looking for. And now Margie trying to knock out that 63.66. Can she climb up the leaderboard?
She's got that kickflip down.
A lot can go wrong kick flipping over that chain. Your trucks could hit it on the way up. You know, you gotta pop early, you gotta flick fast, and you gotta stomp it. So the way Margie got into skating, her mom was running a food cart selling kwek kwek, which is a fried hard-boiled egg, near the Cebu City skate park.
Sounds delicious.
It does. And that was her first introduction to skateboarding. So definitely shout out. Oh! No! That is a signature Margie maneuver. Hoping to see that next run.
She had to let him know. Margielyn.
The absolute vibe doctor.
Look at
out
this.
There.
And perhaps, Amelia, to your point, a preview of what's to come on third and final run if she can put it together.
We should talk about how she's balancing. She's got the manual down. She balanced both a 5-0 and a nose grind on the ledge. Balance meter seems to be full for Margie at all times.
How about the chain? All gold, everything. Paige Heyn.
Has since been bumped off that
I was
podium.
gonna say, she was actually leading this contest very early and is now sitting on the outside looking in, but put down that solid full pull on run number 1.
Nice way to start, front 50 on the big handrail. Oh, see, that's what I mean. If you don't pop it soon enough, if you don't flick it fast enough.
It should be noted, the wind really starting to pick up right now.
Woo! Switch flip. Talk about high-risk flip tricks. That is probably the highest risk flip trick.
And switch front board that she did on the rainbow rail. You're not only going with your non-dominant foot in front, but you need to look backwards.
Yeah.
Which is not comfortable by any means.
That sounds severely uncomfortable,
It's not
actually.
nice to do, but she does it very nice.
We'll take another look how she started this run.
She actually won our last Exposure Pro Open Street. So she's definitely no stranger to the podium. If she could put it together and throw in some of those bigger switch tricks that we know she has, she could be a podium contender.
We move on to Ibuki Matsumoto, who's now sitting in that bronze medal spot here in her X Games debut.
Front lip off the rip.
Oh, nice. I haven't seen anyone hit that hubba yet. Nice back lip.
How many back lips do you think you have to do so that you could just do it every time perfectly?
Millions, thousands at least. Nice front nose grind. But to your point, Josh, skateboarding takes a lot of repetition. And honestly, 80% of the time, you might be falling and failing. Oh, front nose grind.
20% of the time, it works every time.
That's a good point. I mean, the way that these skaters have to prepare for this in order to be so consistent as to get these tricks every try. And I'm just still kind of blown away by that front nose grind at the end.
Yes.
It was such a solid way.
Let's not bury the lead, Amelia. She's 12 years old in her very first X Games. Do either of those things seem like they're actually happening here today?
Oh my gosh, the way you have to pinch on your non-dominant foot on top of such a tall and long rail.
So Matsumoto will stay in that bronze medal spot, but could she skate away with her first career X Games medal in her first ever X Games? Liz Akama leading the way as we're midway through run number 2. Will she skate away with her first ever career gold? We'll continue runs on our X Games YouTube, but we'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Throughout the week, what can we expect out of Miyu to bump this score up and maybe climb the ladder?
I think if she's able to put down this full run.
Whoa! What? Okay. If you're starting your run like that, you mean business. You are here for gold, my friend.
Wow.
She just started off with a hammer. Like front blunt down that stair set. I'm not good at counting, but I know that's a lot of stairs.
They're very long.
They're long, and there's more than 2 of them, so, you know, it's big.
And she's back to the top. Oh, and she gave us a back lip, too. Okay, so both of those tricks, very high risk. You have to be spotting your landing, twist it up, and a lot can go wrong.
And you say Steel City. Miyu just slaying the rails out here on run number 2.
Oh! That is going to be a beautiful score from Miyu. That was a truly impressive run. She did it all. She even used the quarter pipe. Threw a little back blunt in there. Judges are going to love her use of course here.
And we got to talk about the fact that she hit the big rail twice.
Yes.
And she didn't start and finish on it. She hit the big rail in the middle of her run and kept going. So even riskier than a lot of these runs we're seeing. And let's see if the judges give that a better score.
And in both instances of hitting the rail, she actually has to ollie over the rail to both get in the front blunt and get into the back lip.
She woke up feeling dangerous. We have a new leader, Miyu, taking over the top spot with an 87.
You know, I'm not surprised at all that that was a monster score.
She might come in here with a dark horse win, huh?
So right now, our gold and bronze positioning are X Games rookies. All 3 skaters on the podium right now, Japanese, including this young lady, Hina Maeda, who sits in the silver or excuse me, she's trying to get into that podium position, sitting in 6th place.
Oh no, just missing that kickflip back 50 that we saw in the first run. This might have to be a throwaway for her, but I'm sure she's gonna show us something cool.
It's always interesting, gang, when you see when someone puts down a run like Miu did, if that shifts the mindset a little bit, if they're skating a little tighter, or they want to try and match that stoke.
You know, it looks like she's got a run in mind that she really wants to show us. She did go back for redemption on that kickflip back 50. So I think she's got it pretty planned out.
Oh.
I think a lot of times when you're competing, if you're focusing on what other people are doing, it could really like throw your mental game off. So at least like speaking for myself, I would always just focus on what I want to do. Because if you get in your head about this person just did that, you know, it might really mess with you.
You got to be so in the zone, thinking about your run and thinking about skating, that you're almost blinders on, thinking about yourself, not watching the other stuff. Or you're just one of the homies and you're checking everything out.
Well, don't forget, Yumeka Oda said, everyone is my rival.
Well, she's certainly making a statement with that kickflip front board. So we saw that in the last run, but the last run was in a completed run. So if she completes this run, if she lands everything she's planning on landing, then we could see a massive improvement to her score.
You think if she does a full pull right here, she's going to take top spot? I think it's possible.
It's highly likely. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, that front feeble, that's what got away from her last time. She's got 10 more seconds to put it all together.
Amelia, we were talking about how many front feebles we're seeing in contests these days, whereas I feel like it didn't used to be such a common trick.
There it is. There's the full pull. And I agree, Josh. I mean, just 2 years ago in the women's field, a front feeble would have been like the best trick.
Yeah.
And now they're just throwing them in left and right, you know, on the rainbow, on the long rail.
And everyone can do them.
Everyone can do them. It's very impressive. And the front blunt as well.
Apparently. I don't know.
So Yumeka Oda, run number 2 in the books, sitting in that bronze medal spot. Does the full pull bump her up above Liz Akama?
I mean, when you're starting with the kickflip front board,
it has to.
An 84, improving her score, but not her positioning. That bronze medal spot is where she will stay, at least currently. Liz Akama loves watching Japanese game shows, as does Josh Ecker.
I love him, and you know what? Liz looks hungry for the top spot right now.
yeah, she got silver last year, and I don't think she's happy with that. She wants that gold. She said it is her ultimate goal.
I mean, she lit this course on fire in elimination yesterday.
Oh my God.
Every try. See,
I never even saw her try that in practice.
honestly, she is a tech wizard out here. She's doing tricks that no one else is. Oh, for the big heel. Just stepping off there.
Uncharacteristic right there out of Liz.
She does have one more run. And she will still show us a barley grind.
There it is. We've been waiting to see it.
That trick is so different than what everyone else is doing, and it's so technical. I just love seeing this flavor that she adds to this field.
But I love how one bail does not completely transform the run. It's like back to business as usual.
Never happened. Never happened. No one saw it. We should talk about this barley grind too, because for the fans at home that don't understand what a barley grind is, you're doing a front 180, you're grinding this massive handrail switch, and then you're going back to regular.
Yes. I'm so glad you brought that up, Josh. As a society, we don't talk about it enough.
We don't talk about the barley grind enough.
So the standings do not change. It's still Miu Ito leading this thing 2 runs in. Third and final runs when we return here at X Games. third and final run for Leticia Bufoni. Put down a full pool on run 2. We're just stoked to have her in the mix here today. This wasn't even meant to be, but she qualified for it, and she's here for her 23rd X Games appearance.
Brando, Leticia at X Games has always been meant to be. She is the queen, and all of the medals she's collected, she says that that is the bar that she wants these up-and-coming girls to strive for. And boy, she set the bar high.
Well said, my friend.
There's the tray flip.
Signature.
So a little more pace to Leticia's run.
Mixing it up with the front 180 off the VW button.
And again, Josh, you brought it up on run 2. I hope fans at home can appreciate how massive that is.
Hey, everybody, that's a vehicle. By the way, that goes on the road.
Some might say it's a house.
I have a few friends that would say that. So what a third and final run for Leticia here in the Monster Energy Women's Skateboard Street Final.
Straight off the racetrack in Portugal and in 6th place here at X Games Ventura.
A 70.66, her best score of the day.
Clearly the crowd favorite out here. Margie dropping in for her 3rd and final run.
I didn't even know what that sound was for a second.
So here's Margielyn.
There's that manual. Picking up change, it's all good. We hungry out here.
Going for the 50-50 kickflip. Really trying to up the difficulty level in her trick selection here. But maybe she'll still give us her signature move.
Let's see the late flip. Let's see it. Ah!
She said, I'll do one more.
Welcome back to X Games 2024 live from Ventura. Leave city life behind and experience the peaceful natural beauty of Channel Islands National Park. Just a quick ferry ride from Ventura or Oxnard. There's so much to explore along this beautiful coastline.
We welcome you back to day 2 of X Games Ventura. We're in the middle of our 3rd and final runs here in the Monster Energy Women's Skateboard Street Final. And wow, the game just got raised on run number 2, huh, team?
It certainly did.
Well, let's bring in our head judge, Jason Rothmeyer, just to get a gauge from him on what he's seeing and what he's liking. Your thoughts so far midway through run 2, Jason, here in the final?
I think all of the top 3 are super, super close. So there's a lot of little intricacies that we're having to dial in just to try to space everyone out, but they're all really close.
Well, I actually have a question for you. So, Yumeka, I was surprised by that score. Having the kickflip front board on the big rail, that didn't bump her up any higher. What would you have liked to see?
Just a little bit at the end. It kind of just fizzled out. I think she gave up like a space where she could have done another trick. And that was kind of the difference between Miyu has an extra like 2 or 3 tricks in there. Plus she has the quarter pipe a little bit. So, but like I said, they're all really close.
It's always the details with Jason. Can't get anything past him. Thank you, sir. I know you got a job to do, so let's wrap this thing up here as we get back to run number 3. Here's a look at our standings. Currently, a Japanese podium, Miyu Ito leading the way with that commanding 87. So we look back at this run, Amelia, so much to like.
So the way that she has to do this trick, she has to ollie over the rail, which is a tall rail, land in the middle of it, land on her tail, slide backwards, and basically, if that went wrong, that is a heavy slam. So that is a very risky way to start your run.
And Paige Heyn getting ready to drop in for her third run. See a little shiver there. Like I said, the wind kind of blowing intermittently during today's final.
That's a way to shake off the shivers. Stomping the kickflip over the chain.
Again, repping Tempe, Arizona. As you said, Amelia, the only American in this field of 8 here in the Monster Energy Women's Skateboard Street Final.
Also the only one skating switch.
I was about to say that. You don't see a lot of people skating switch as frequently as she is in a run, just because it's so risky.
And it's really, really hard. It's like starting to learn to skate all over again. Oh yes, hitting that feature that we haven't seen. You know, the judges will appreciate that. Did she go as big as the top 3, Josh?
I think there's a chance with the amount of switch that she's skating and how she's touching obstacles that not a lot of people are touching, like that curved rail. She's doing switch flips on the bank. She's doing switch front boards. I mean, she's taking risk. Let's see if the judges agree.
A 77.66 for Paige Heyn. And she will finish in 5th place. Ibuki Matsumoto, our 12-year-old, the youngest in the field. Just outside of podium position right now. She sits in 4th.
Starting off with the back lip, that is quite a statement to make on the biggest rail on the course.
After perusing her Instagram account, the rails that she's skating at her hometown skate park, this thing's nothing.
That's why we're so happy that Josh is perpetually online.
I'm the internet god, dog. They call me the internet overlord at X Games. If you see something funny on the X Games account, that's me, gangsta.
I think that's everything on the X Games account. I laugh on a daily basis.
Yeah, Josh runs the X Games IG. That's not a joke.
Yeah, even my burner's got 4.6 million followers.
But back to Ibuki, she just made a really solid run. You know, that may have been after the time.
I want to say it was.
Before she popped her tail.
I think it was.
The buzzer went off. So it's pretty solid. I'm not sure that it was that different than her first run. But this was a great way to start. And the way you have to ollie your back truck over the rail, slide backwards, be completely blind in the slide. You know, that is a long rail to be able to hold that.
Well, a great debut for Ibuki. She will not finish on the podium, but the future very bright for the 12-year-old. So we move on to our current leader, Miu Ito, also an X Games rookie.
Yes! Wow! That was even better than the last one. Oh my goodness, what a way to start a run. Nice front feeble.
She's in that top spot, but it seems like she said, I'm taking more. I want more.
But isn't that the strategy, Amelia, knowing that Liz still has to drop at the end of this comp?
That's a good point. Liz hasn't done the run that she came here for yet, and she knows this. Miu knows this.
She said, you're chasing me? All right, I'm going to get a little bit more of a lead going.
Okay, honestly, so far, everything she's landed has been cleaner, crispier, and poppier than her last run.
We'll
so
get
it's
one
looking
more
good.
in.
Yes!
Hands up!
Yes! Definitely an improvement in the way that she executed each and every trick. Miu coming to show us that this is her first X Games, and she's going to enjoy it to the fullest.
Look at that flick.
Oh my God. So she took her last run and she said, all right, I got an 87. I'm going to flip into something this time. I'm going to get the 90. Let's see if she got it.
We liked it. Again, to be 17 years old, making your X Games debut on your third and final run, you're already leading the contest, and you go up a level. 88.66, she improves upon her score. There's nothing higher than first place, I don't think. But Miyu's climbing for it.
I don't know. Do we have a platinum medal? Is that a thing yet?
You should make one.
That's when you unlock level impossible.
I'm going to get on the horn with big medal and get that made.
Hina Maeda. I prefer contests like X Games that matter more to skateboarding. Here.
That is so beast.
And she says that her favorite thing about skateboarding is making friends everywhere she travels to compete.
Same.
Okay, wholesome.
It's wholesome. And
So
good vibes.
Hina trying to get out of the cellar. She's sitting in 7th place right now, and just gets hung up.
It just goes to show what we were talking about earlier, is that the flip into a grind is so risky because one little thing goes wrong and that front truck misses. It's almost impossible to save the trick when it happens. But she's definitely recovering from it.
Yeah, she doesn't look shaken by that fall at all.
Nah, she's chilling, dog. Oh.
Not the showing that she had planned for us today, but she's still got a big smile on her face. Yes!
Oh!
Dude!
I'll tell you why she has that big smile, Amelia. She's 19 years old, and she knows she's one of the 8 best street skateboarders on the planet here in the women's side. And she will be a mainstay on this stage for a long time. Okay, 2 skateboarders left. And they currently sit in the bronze medal spot and the silver medal spot. We begin with Yumeka Oda, sitting in 3rd place, trying to best her score of 84. Can she catch Liz or Miu?
You know, she went into kickflip front board on that, but I sneaky think she was going for a kickflip front feeble.
She does have the kickflip front feeble in her bag, and that's been still the highest scoring single trick in SLS, and we saw her do it in Budapest last week. So, you know, unfortunately wasn't able to pull it out here. The rail is a bit lengthier than the other rails she's done it on, but still a good showing for Yumeka out here. She's still sitting in the 3rd place spot.
Yeah, she's still getting paid.
Yeah.
She's walking out with some bling.
So not the run she was hoping to close out with, and inevitably bronze is where she will stay, but skating away with some hardware. Nothing wrong with that. So it all comes down to this. Miyu, our X Games rookie, sitting in 1st place. Liz Akama, our top-ranked qualifier. We know she's got the run. A silver medal last summer. She did not come back here, Josh, to go back-to-back silver. She's looking for gold. Can she do it on the last run of the comp?
I mean, starting with that backsmith, it is certainly possible.
There you see Miyu watching.
Perfect front smith on the ledge. She's doing the front tail on the quarter, just like Jason was talking about. He was saying that Miyu was touching the quarter pipe, and that's what helped her get that score, so maybe we'll see a higher score here. There's the big heel.
Yup.
And what she got for us here?
How does she end it, Josh? Liz knew she had to get Sendy, Josh.
She did. She took a risky trick, and the barley grind is kind of her trick, but.
And with that, Miu Ito is guaranteed her first career X Games gold at her first ever X Games.
And I think we should say, this is the first rookie gold in the 20-year history of this discipline.
No.
Big time.
I mean, I believe you because you're sitting next to Colin Bain, our head researcher.
I've got it on a piece of paper, so it's true.
That ain't the top. That off the top of the dome.
No, I'm just super smart.
What a day for Miyu. Liz Akama silver and Yumeka Oda earning the bronze. The all-Japanese podium here in the Monster Energy Women's Skateboard Street Final. But what a magical moment for the 17-year-old. Let's relive it, Josh.
I mean, when you're starting with that front blunt, you know it's going to be a huge score. I'm not surprised at all.
She had some fantastic contest finishes coming in here to X Games Ventura, but at the end of the day, there's nothing bigger in street skateboarding than this stage. So for her to come and deliver today at X Games Ventura, simply extraordinary.
And it just explains the reaction. Tears, happy tears.
And how about getting the gold from Amelia Brodka? I thought she was sitting next to us. Well, let's head over to Mitch, who's with our winner.
Okay, what a day. This is your debut for the X Games. It's your first X Games ever. And to walk away with a gold at X Games with all the events happening, what does that mean?
なんかこの初めての X ゲームズでもう初めてゴールドを取ってでこれはどういう意味があなたにありますか？
どういう夢があるか。意味。このような素晴らしい大会で出させてもらったことにも感謝していますし、優勝できたことでもっといろんな人に自分の滑りが見てもらえたことがすごく嬉しく思っています。
Yeah, like really honored to be here and to be here, but even won the gold medal. It really means special for me. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Let's make the noise for the gold medalist here.
What a moment for Miyu, and what a great start to day 2 here at X Games Ventura. Coming up next, Keegan Palmer takes on the Sonic course in Skateboard Park, and still to come, Nigel Houston has his eyes on the podium for Monster Energy Skateboard Street Best Trick. And Ryan Williams is out for redemption in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch BMX Dirt after this message and a word from our ABC stations.